I know I'm scrappy, but I'm allowed to fight. I'm allowed, okay. It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yes!
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about, as the title says, I'm going to be talking about the 13, or was it 12? I don't know. The reasons or the tips that I'm going to give you are for incoming freshmen, because I just finished my freshman year of high school and it was different.
Treat me like a human, and I will treat you like a lady.
And the reason why I have not posted was because these past couple months have been very stressful for me. Like how I said, I had finals, and this was the first time I had ever actually experienced having finals for all of my classes, and I had to study, and I was having problems with my friend group, so I just had so much going on, and I literally just went to camp like a week ago, so I haven't had the chance to truly relax. And now that I'm relaxed and ready to go, I'm ready to give you guys my tips and my secrets to 9th grade. First tip. My first tip is going to be, and I have my notebook here, my handy dandy notebook. My first tip is going to be join clubs and extracurriculars. Just join it. It doesn't matter if you want to get into Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Columbia, Brown. It doesn't matter which school you want to get into, UCLA, John Hopkins, it doesn't matter. You need extracurriculars and you need to join clubs, some sort of club. My school has Wildcat Times, which is in the middle of school. We have a 30-minute break before lunch or before third period. And it's a 30-minute break in which you can either study, you can go to your assigned club, or you can just relax and sleep, because you know, teenagers, we don't really get to sleep. We're mostly just doing work. So they have a designated time for mental health and for clubs and for sleep. So I think that is like a very valuable time for me to have. Like I know definitely I took that time to study, took that time to relax, and I took that time to go to a club or to go to get help from teachers, because that's what they gave us. But editing Nicole here, why did it just cut like that? Anyways, back to the video. Join a club or some type of extracurricular. That's what colleges are looking for. They're looking for someone that is committed and that wants it and that wants to be involved in their school. Whether it be through volunteer work, you just want to be doing something. You need to have something on your resume, because I know for me, for my county and for my state, there's service learning hours, and it's basically you have to have a certain amount of time in which you volunteered. So I really can't breathe. A certain amount of time in which you volunteered, and you have to fulfill that in order to graduate. And for us, it's 75 hours. And if you don't do that, then you can't graduate. So that's just a real emphasis on community work, community service, or just helping the people around you. That is something colleges really, really, really look for, and that is something that is so vital in your freshman year. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Me personally, I didn't do very much extracurriculars this freshman year, because I was very overwhelmed with my schoolwork, and because I didn't want my mom to come and pick me up, because my school is a magnet performing arts school.
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
If your school is like a regular school in which you don't do singing, dancing, or any of that extra stuff, then I really recommend doing extracurricular activity, because I didn't, and it's affecting me. And even if you're worried about maybe a ride situation, you have friends, you have people around you that will definitely help bring you home, or bring you to games, or bring you wherever you need to go. So the most important thing is having something on your resume, whether it be internships or anything. Just have something on your resume, because if you want to go to a school like Princeton, or a school like Harvard, or a school like big top names, or even just your local college, like around the block, you need a little bit of something. Like, they're not just gonna take anyone that just sits down and says, you know, I want to go to this school. Like,
my name is Ben Marco. I am 27 years old, and I am the biggest motherfuckers, biggest, as you know.
You have to, you know, put in some of the work. So, on to phase 2. My second tip is to do AP classes if you can handle it. And the reason why I say this is because I did not take AP classes in my freshman year, and I am regretting it deeply. And it's not even like I didn't take AP classes because I didn't want to overestimate myself and think, you know, I can do it when I couldn't, and then fail it or something, or just not go in the direction that I wanted to. So instead of overestimating myself, I underestimated myself, which is now impacting me because now I have to I want to take more AP classes before my junior year, because that's when everything gets hectic with SAT, and I want to take more of those classes, and I can't take as many classes. So I really wish I would have taken them in my freshman year. Right, more, what I'm saying is, my freshman year, I did not take AP courses, and I went to my guidance counselor and I was like, hey, I want to take an AP course next year. Can I take all AP courses? Because I didn't take any this year, and I really want to have at least 4 AP classes under my belt by sophomore or freshman year, right? In those 2 years, I want to have at least 4 classes underneath my belt. He told me that there was only 1 AP class that I could take in my sophomore year, which would mean that I didn't take any last year for freshman year, and that I would only get to take 1 AP course for this upcoming school year, which is very disappointing because I do want to get into a top school. I am working very hard, and having only 1 AP class under your belt is going to make it look like you didn't put in enough hard work, or that you didn't want to challenge yourself enough, and that's going to make colleges maybe second guess you, because like it's giving you didn't want to challenge yourself, you just wanted to stay safe, and that's something I want to undo now. So while you have the chance, sign up for those AP courses, whether it just be 1 or 2, but definitely only if you think that you can handle it. If you think that you cannot handle the study times or staying consistent in your studying, I really highly don't recommend doing that. Don't get an AP class if you can't do the AP class, because then you'll ruin your GPA. And GPAs are really hard to build back up once you've diminished it. So just don't take that risk. You feel what I'm saying? Clark it. The next one is number 3. Not everyone is your friend, and I'm just gonna make that clear. You came into high school with the people that you were friends with in middle school. They are not all your friends though. Like, even if that's your best friend, they're really not, and they can really betray you. And I know for me personally, I experienced some sort of friend group breakup, and it's definitely something that can happen. It's very much likely to happen in your freshman year or your sophomore year, but in those 2 starting years of high school, people are really gonna reveal to you who they are, and it's not gonna be an enjoyable experience. You need to know who you are. You need to be there for yourself before you're there for anybody else. So I would just say, not everybody is your friend, and that is something that you should really think about and sit down and be like, is this person truly my friend, or what do they want from me? You should look at people's motives, because not everybody is there to be your friend. Some people are just there to use you. So just wanted to make that clear. Don't be hanging around people that are like not for you. Tip 4. Start SAT prep now if you haven't started now, or you could have even started it in middle school. I would just say the earliest that you could start it now. Especially for math. If you struggle with math, just start it now, because time is gonna run fast, and you'll think, oh, you know, I don't need to start until sophomore year, and then you don't start in sophomore year, and then it's junior year, and then you have to take your SATs, and then you fail, which is very likely for some people that do not study and do not have good study habits. So if you want to succeed, or if you want to get into a top Ivy League, start now before you run out of time to start, because it's likely. I've heard a lot of stories, so just start now while you can, and you are gonna not regret starting now. Just start now. That's what I'm saying. Start now. Do not procrastinate your work. You get your homework, you come home, you think, let me scroll on TikTok for 4 hours. Now it's 8. You have to do your chores. You're sitting around, I didn't eat dinner yet, I haven't done my chores, I haven't studied, and I haven't done my homework. And then you're like, man, I'm gonna fail my test on Thursday because I haven't studied for my test, I haven't done my homework, and I haven't cleaned anything, and my mom's gonna yell at me in 2 hours. Sweetie, that's all avoidable. You need to have good time management skills, and you really need to know when to put down the phone.
He will tear your city down. Olay, Lord. Olay, Lord. He will tear your city down.
And I'm sorry, like, this is giving like that one. Hold on.
Give me some brutal motivation. Look in the mirror naked. That is brutal motivation for you. Turn to the side and don't suck in your stomach.
That's what I was talking about. Anyways, do not procrastinate. Just be on top of everything. Make sure that you're doing your work, and because the longer you wait, there will be consequences for your waiting. Consequences meaning failure, and you will fail. You will fail that test on Saturday, that test on Friday, sweetheart. You will. Because you didn't study the rest of the 5 days of the week that you had. Or 4 days of the week that you had. Same thing, sweetie. You had time to study and you didn't use it. So at the end of the day, you need to set those boundaries with yourself, and you need to be like, no, I need to study now. And it's just that taking initiative, or else you're going to fail. At least that's what I've noticed from being in 9th grade. It's not easy. So tip number 5, or 5. Oh no, number 6, my bad. Have time management. Oh, I already said that. Number 7, network. So high school isn't just high school. High school is your gateway to the future. And high school is the best time to start networking, because the people around you are honestly the most valuable way that you can succeed in life. Like your teachers and your friends. You want to make sure that you have a very good reputation with your friends, because the people that are your friends could end up being the people that succeed in the future. So yes, you don't want to just cut everybody off. You want to be kind to everybody, because you never know who you could be talking to in the future. And your teachers, they are very helpful. If you network with your teachers and talk to the people around your school, you can find a lot of opportunities that a lot of other kids will not get to have, like nonprofits or any other thing that you want to start, or any other community-based projects that you want to start. Your teachers will be helpful assets to that. Do not disrespect your teachers. Just be kind to them, because you never know who you're actually talking to or talking with. Just be respectful, because you don't know who could potentially be helping you in the future or preying on your downfall. So number 8, do not skip school. I don't know why anybody thinks that they can just not go to school, because not only will your parents, they're gonna go to jail. Sweetie, you're going to go to jail.
You're going to go to jail.
Well, not you necessarily, but your parents are gonna go to jail. And it's not gonna be pleasant. It's actually gonna feel horrible. But yes, your parents might go to jail. I know for definitely for different states, like if I were to not go to school for, let's say, 2 months or a month or 3 months, my parents can definitely get into some legal trouble. And you will get into trouble and there will be consequences. You will fail your classes because you're not there to learn anything. So how can you ace the test? Sweetie, you're gonna fail if you don't cheat. You're gonna fail. And yeah, you're just gonna get into trouble and consequences. I feel like this one's easily explainable. Like if you went to middle school, you should know not to skip school. Next. Next one, number 9. Try to take as many oh, I already said that. Oh, no, I didn't. Try to take as many advanced classes as possible. By advanced classes, that doesn't mean just AP classes. That could mean dual enrollment, CCBC classes. That could even just mean GT classes or honors classes. Anything above standard. And that's not me saying it's bad to take a standard class. It's amazing to take a standard class. It's amazing to take any classes. Some people don't even have access to school. Some people choose not to go to school, like those skippers that I just told you about. Anything is good. But if you're a standard person, or if you're in a standard class, try to push yourself. Try to get to maybe honors. Then maybe get to GT. Then maybe get to AP. Or if you don't want to take AP, maybe take a college course, a CCBC course. Like, I know for me it's CCBC. For other states it's not. At least I don't think so. Yeah, it's not. Right? Anyways. But just try to take a course that is going to challenge your expectations and make you grow in your mindset. Finals, the dreaded finals. Finals was so stressful for me. And that's because I had a plan in the beginning of the school year to take every unit that I learned to write a long paper of everything that I learned by the end of the unit. And I did not do that. And I did not do that consistently. So by the time finals came, I was scrambling to study. And I was so stressed out. And I wasn't sleeping. And I was just so stressed out. You don't need to do that. Your life would be so much easier if you learn something in your first unit, and before you go to your second unit or your second semester or however that is for you, you compile everything that you learned in that first semester semester or quarter, and you write it down on paper and you'd be like, okay, I learned this in first semester. I need to study this over and over and over again until you have that in your head. And then second, third, and fourth semester can come and then you'll have everything compiled and you won't forget anything and you will succeed. You will get A's. And that's what I would just say. Just keep your stuff together and stay consistent, because the minute you lose your consistency, you will fail. Next. Don't fool around. This really is not like middle school, and there is consequences to your actions. It's really what I would say. Bad consequences. For my school's a performing arts school, so they are very lenient on what you can and cannot do. They're very lenient, like they are very kind, but at the same time, you cannot be fooling around. Like, that's just it at the end of the day. Like, for example, there was this one boy that came after Trump's election. There was this one boy that came to school in a MAGA hat. Anyways, they came to school in a MAGA hat, and people were upset by this because people have different political beliefs and different values and different morals. And some kid that identifies with the LGBTQ community felt offended, and they threw water at this kid's head, and they threw a water bottle at his head. Luckily, it didn't hit his head, but he was called into the principal's office, and then he told everybody that he would the school up and hurt people. So then the police had to come to his house, and he got expelled. These are things that, yes, you have freedom and freedom of speech, and you do have the right to do whatever you choose to do, But because you have the right, you should be taking the initiative to make the right decisions. And that was not the right decision. That's just one example of how high school is not the same as middle school. Yes, they let you use your phones for summer high school. Yes, take advantage of that. But also have respect for the situation that you're in, and don't overly take advantage of that. You feel me?
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.